Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to my new video. Now in this relatively short video, I'm just going to be going over the creation process behind this image here. Now the photo you see in front of you is my first ever attempt at a photo manipulation, and I created this for my first year photography assignment at university, and we pretty much just had to create something surreal. Now at least 30% of the final image were meant to be our own photographs, however I wanted to try and create it using as many of my own photos as I could, just because I knew I'd want to put it on YouTube and DeviantArt and stuff like that, and I didn't want, you know, a whole lot of different people's images, and I wanted it to mainly be mine. So the images that I wasn't able to capture myself were just the tree roots here, and obviously the birds up here, which are just a Photoshop brush. So everything else you see in the photo was captured by myself using my camera, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome. Okay, so let's get started. You can see I've pretty much split it up into a whole lot of different groups here, and let's start at the bottom. So this is pretty much just the base images, and if we go back to the original, this is the original edited file after I edited it in Lightroom. Now to light this shot, since I've only got one flash, I just got my brother to stand here holding a handful of dirt. I set up my flash to the top right of him here, and then I got my other brother to hold my reflector in the bottom left here and fade it straight down, reflect it a bit back up to get it under the hands. And that is how I created this kind of dark outline you see here and these thick shadows under the fingers. So that's the actual original file there, and that's after Lightroom editing, so quite a big difference. But yeah, and then of course we add in a few different things, and I added this darkening layer here just to pretty much bring everyone's attention towards the hands and what is in it a bit more. So I just created a black layer and then applied a layer mask to it and painted everywhere where I wanted it, pretty much to darken the background a bit more, and then I added in the birds using a Photoshop brush. Now we don't need to worry about the second group. Now moving up to the next group. Now before I go on to this one, I'll just enable the rocks group here, and this is how it originally started off, with the exception of this front one there. So I originally just had it these three rocks here, and if we enable the water, you can see it kind of looks a bit odd with just water coming out of three rocks. That's what I thought anyway. So what I went ahead and did is I went back outside and took a few more photos of different rocks in my garden and created a kind of waterfall look like that. Now I think this kind of looks a whole lot better. It still doesn't look too great, and I think the main cause of that is the water, which I'll talk about in a second. But I think it looks a whole lot better than it did before. So you can see if we expand this folder here, I've pretty much just got a whole lot of different rocks which are scaled down, cut out, and stuff like that. Then an adjustment layer just to bring the saturation down on all of them a little bit. And then we've got the shadows here, which I, again, just created a black layer and then painted in using different layer masks. So that's it for that folder. Now moving down to the water folder, this is all the exact same picture of water from a water feature in my backyard. Now it's a photo that I actually took last year sometime, I think, or at the start of this year. And it's nothing special, it's just a long exposure shot, and it was like my first one, just testing to see how the water would look, and I ended up using it for this one. Now I'm not too happy with the water. I think it does look a bit too misty. It does look a bit like sand, I think. And I tried retaking the photo, but I only had about 5 days to take all the photos and put it all together, and I really couldn't get it looking exactly how I wanted it, so I just kept it how it was. So that's probably the main thing I'm not too happy about, and if I ever do something like this again, I'll probably spend a lot more time on it and try and make it look a whole lot better. Now moving up, we've got the ferns here. Now you can see I've just used it on the left hand side here to bring a bit of color to these rocks, and on the right hand side I've kind of made it look like it's being pushed out from under the thumb, which I think looks pretty cool. Then up to the rocks folder again, just pretty much the same as the other one, and then shadows painted in many more places, and also around the body here. So that's pretty much it for that one. And then moving up to the final adjustment layers, if we switch this on, you can see I've got a tree adjustment here just to like darken up a bit, add a bit more color into it. Then we've got a full blackening mask here. We've got a lowered saturation, we've got a few curves, a photo filter to give it that brown look, a bit of a vignette, and a few curves and photo filters for the roots to help them blend into the dirt a little bit better. So that is pretty much it. As you can see, it's just the same things reapplied over and over again. It's just basic cutting out, scaling, transform options, a bit of perspective and stuff like that, and then just some layer masks and shadows painted in like that. So I'm pretty happy with the final outcome, especially like since I said it was my first manipulation attempt. It's definitely something that I'd like to do again since it was quite fun creating it. Also, if you go to my DeviantArt with the link in the description, if you like some of these photos, like this dark portrait here, or this murder photo, or this glasses picture here, I've done similar videos to this showing how I created all of these or edited them. And if you head over to my gallery and you like the look of any of these pictures, feel free to leave a comment or send me a message on DeviantArt or anything, and I'll make a tutorial for it. So you can also see I've got a few different preset packs here for soft colors or vivid colors. Got a couple of tutorials. So yeah, just check out my gallery if you're interested in photography work like that. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this at least interesting or it helped, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.